Ross, the nation's favourite antiques expert.
Yeah! Super cool.
How about that?
Behind the wheel of a classic car. And a goal to scar Britain for antiques. The aim? To make the biggest profit at auction. But it's no mean feat. There'll be worthy winners.
Yes!
And valiant losers.
Blast it!
Will it be the high road to glory or the slow road to disaster? This is the Antiques Road Trip. Giddy up. Previously on Antiques Road Trip.
How excited are you?
I'm really excited.
Dealer Stephanie Connell and auctioneer Charlie Ross. Excitable experts in their Hillman Super Minx.
Oh, gosh, we're going backwards, matron. Hold on. Oh, dear. Look left.
Oh, we're all right.
All clear.
We began in the Garden of England.
Could you make the windscreen wipers go, please? That's my girl.
Took in London, Oxford and Wales.
Handbrake on. Pray.
And we're approaching a cliffhanger of a final in the fabulous East Midlands. Welcome to Leicester, one of Britain's oldest cities.
Now, what can you tell me about Leicester? Come on, football is here. It's very sporting, isn't it?
The National Space Centre.
It's probably the most famous city in Britain. Richard III.
Richard III. They found him buried here, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Suffers from a bad rap, apparently.
Oh, blimey.
A bit like Steph's driving.
Could you just slow down?
Just testing the suspension.
That's your suspension. What about mine?
New Selection Steph
They're stylish and they're fun.
is a specialist in entertainment memorabilia
No Star Wars, no Batman.
who once caressed the keys of John Lennon's typewriter. Meanwhile, Charlie, we don't know what he's been caressing,
This is the BBC.
sniffs out much more traditional antiques.
Victorian will do, but Georgian would be better.
Although he stole a page out of Steph's book, ironically enough,
It was Michael Winner's.
No.
and hasn't looked back since.
Selling at 110. All at 110. On my left.
Hey, £100. Well done, Charlie.
Whereas it took his young rival an auction or two
Bravo.
to really get the knack.
Ripple.
Steph set out with £200 and has thus far managed to turn that into £293.24. While Charlie, who began, of course, with the same sum, has an even more impressive £497.96.
Steph, behave yourself. Just because it's nearly all over.
Nearly. They kicked off in Kent and thoroughly explored that county before venturing both north and west. They then journeyed through the middle of England towards the Cotswolds and South Wales. Finally, they've made for the Midlands, loving Leicestershire and approaching journey's end at Market Harborough. Later, they'll be headed to that aforementioned auction in the southeast of the county. But the first stop is Shenton, very close to where Richard III came a cropper. No Bonnie Prince Charlie, though. He's back in Leicester.
I haven't really got any tactics this time. I think I'm just going to buy things I like. It's the last leg, so I'll spend all my money, and then hopefully I'll win.
Thanks, Steph. What could possibly go wrong, love? Now, they describe this place as being within a spear's throw of the Battle of Bosworth Field. Note to self, don't mention loin girding.
Hello there.
Hello there.
You look a man hard at work.
I'm always busy.
That's good to hear. I'm Steph.
I'm Neil. Pleased
Nice.
to meet you.
So, with almost £300 to spend for the very first time, what might she plump for? Not that. Oh, I see.
It's potentially quite interesting. I like easels. They're usable. They're good for displaying paintings on if you want something a bit funkier than a wall. This one's got good patina. It's obviously been used a lot. A lot of paint marks, a little bit of wear and tear. Then if you turn it this way, see if it stands up on its own, and it seems pretty good. And it's got a maker's label just there of Windsor and Newton.
Founded by a chemist and a painter in 1832.
The interesting thing to find out about it will be whose it was. If it was anybody famous, that would be amazing.
It's all about the money.
It's £65, so I'm going to carry on looking around. I might come back to it.
Now, out else, as they say hereabouts?
This is an interesting thing, but I don't really know what it is. On first inspection, it looks like some kind of railway lamp, but I don't think it is a railway lamp. It's painted red, it's got red glass, so it looks like some kind of warning light. It says PWD on here.
Means Public Works Department.
It's got a letter H. I don't know what that relates to either, but I'm going to take it to Neil and see if he's got more information about it.
Including, we hope, a prize.
Hello again, Neil.
Hi, Steph.
Now, I found a mystery. It looks like a railway lamp, but I know it isn't.
No, I think I know what this is. It's a roadwork lamp.
OK,
So
that makes sense.
On the early 70s, it warned the public that there was a hazard.
I bet they never thought it would end up in an antique shop either. Let's call the dealer.
Yeah, hi, Graham. It's Neil from Whitemoors. I'm just wondering what your very best price would be on the road lamp. Right, and that's the absolute best. OK, bye. Good news, £20.
I'll take it at 20. That's great. Deal done.
That's not made much of a dent, has it? Go on, give yourself a treat.
Now, these I like. They are a pair of bowls, and they are designed by an artist called Eric Revilius, the famous printmaker and illustrator, working in the 1920s, 30s and 40s.
And did you know his parents ran an antique shop in Eastbourne?
But this design is a design called Travel, which he did for Wedgwood. They have the Wedgwood label on the back. You've got two bowls. I know Revilius is collectible. I recently purchased a coronation mug designed by Revilius for over £100. This one is £70, and this one's £80. And I don't really know why. They seem to be in identical condition. So I'm going to take them over to Neil and see what can be done on the price.
He'll never get his work done at this rate.
Hello again, Neil. I'm bothering you again.
That's all right, Steph. No problem at all.
So I found this pair of plates. I really like them. They're priced at two completely different prices and not as a pair, which seems quite strange.
Right, I think that's a mistake, actually. I think they should both be priced at 80.
Whoops!
Do you think the owner would take a deal on them?
The very best we could do on that is 110.
The other thing that I've seen is an easel.
Right, yes, I know it.
So the easel's priced at 65. What would be the best price on it?
I think I'll be able to do 45 on that for you.
45. With that in mind then, would you take 150 for the two plates and the easel?
Yes, I think we could do that for you.
Great, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nicely done. So, plate, easel and lamp for a total of...
170.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
And while Steph motors towards her next retail outlet, we'll catch up with Charlie back in the city of Leicester, where, very close to the Foxes' ground, is the old gasworks.
Is it Russell?
Yes, welcome, Charlie.
Nice to see you.
Welcome to the National Gas Museum.
Thank you.
Professor Russell Thomas is an authority on gas, the fuel that once supplied the nation's energy needs.
Now that is amazing.
Driving a great variety of appliances. Everything from magic lanterns to a combined washing machine and dishwasher. Coal gas, as opposed to the natural gas we use today, enjoyed a dominant share of the market well into the 20th century.
This is a kitchen of the 1920s.
Yeah.
It's got the various domestic appliances that you could use in a house. A gas fire, a gas cooker, gas fridge and gas iron. And here, the main one, the gas light.
Can you make it work?
I can do.
Oh, magic.
Instant light. Until electric lighting became available, this was the principal form of lighting in your home.
When I lived with my parents as a child, we had gas lighting. We had no electricity.
The possibility that coal could be used to make gas has been proven as far back as the early 18th century. But it was William Murdoch, the Scottish engineer and inventor, who foresaw its application for use in lighting.
Oh, that's the man, isn't it?
He is the father of gas lighting and the gas industry itself.
So was Murdoch the first person to extract gas from coal?
No, he wasn't the first, but he was the first person to develop a commercial process which you could base an industry on.
Right.
His idea was to heat coal in an oven called a retort, and by heating that coal, the gas was released.
Murdoch, also the inventor of the oscillating steam engine and much more, came up with the idea when he was working for the engineering firm of Boulton and Watt in the early 1790s.
He actually experimented with his own inventions, and one of those was coal gas. And he built a small retort in his back garden, And from there, he piped the gas from the retort into his house and office.
Time for the professor to give Charlie a bit of a chemistry lesson.
We're going back in history, aren't we?
We certainly are, yes. This is very similar to the experiments that Murdoch would have carried out. The coal is held in the tube there, and you put the heat to the retort, and it releases the gas, water and other molecules in there.
Can we get it underway?
Yes, I'll just put the burner under the test tube.
Excellent. And what temperature are we getting up to?
Around 600 degrees.
600 degrees?
Yes.
But the glass is safe at that temperature?
It is, yes. It's heat-resistant glass.
It's working a treat, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I think it is, Charlie. A bit of a road trip first, this.
Right, Russell, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think it should be producing gas now. I'll just disconnect it.
Yeah.
We'll turn the lights off, and then I'll light the end.
Splendid. Oh, yes, look! I could do this at home.
I wouldn't recommend it, Charlie.
Wonderful! An experiment that works. That's fantastic. And then from there, it developed into an industrial process.
Yeah, Murdoch would have lit these little lights in his house to light his office and his house.
Extraordinary. Doesn't quite give us enough light, though, does it? If you want to turn off that, we'll go and revert to some newfangled electric lighting, shall we?
Will do.
Crikey, that was exciting. But while Charlie's been experimenting, Steph's been seeing more of less Tershire. Get it? Next up, the village of Breedon on the hill. That's it. Carboniferous limestone with a church on top. And an antique shop, of course. Well, actually numerous individual traders under one roof. With just shy of £125 left to spend in this establishment. Go, girl.
Something that you see in practically every single antiques and vintage shop you ever go to these days are Silvac onion jars, beetroot jars, or anything that was a bit random that was made for condiments in the early 60s and late 50s. I think they're hilarious. My grandparents had one, they put it on the table every Christmas, despite the fact it's the kitschiest thing you've ever seen in your life. They were often made by the manufacturer Silvac. You get the onion like this who's crying, boo-hoo-hoo. Then you get the chutney jar, and he's got a little face as well. So if you want something that's really, really kitschy, but very, very funny, who doesn't want to put their pickled onions in an onion that's crying? Nobody.
Can I think about that, Steph? Meanwhile, Charlie's arrived, putting his budding popular science TV career on hold.
Yeah.
Buongiorno, to offload some of his squillions. Almost 500 smackers, actually, in the Market Hall.
Didn't know I was a professional harmonica player, did you?
Got the lips for it?
Is this yours, my dear?
It is, yeah.
What a magnificent piece of kit it is. Do you like my top note, darling?
Really?
There we are. That's an A. So if you knew more about music than me, which wouldn't be difficult, you would be able to choose the chords and then play it accordingly.
Very droll. He means keys. It's known as a Kreutzwender harmonica. Kreutz meaning star.
What's your name?
Sylvana.
Oh, Sylvana. If only I could think of a tune called Sylvana I could play to you, couldn't I?
What about, oh, Sylvana, don't you cry for me?
What would be your very best price on it to an old man like me?
I'd do for 150.
Would you? I just don't know. I'm going to continue looking around, if I may.
You carry on.
That would have made things interesting. A brass letterbox and a knocker.
That's got no price on it. This is marvellous. This is presumably free.
I'll do for £15.
15 quid. The great thing about this is the Art Nouveau shape. Look, that is pure Art Nouveau. So we can date that to either side of 1900. The only thing about that is the postman has put so many letters into Sylvana's postbox that it's rubbed the two T's, and it looks a bit like letters rather than letters.
It's a Cockney one.
So it is. Letterbox. Loving your work.
Sylvana's good at this, oh yeah.
I tell you what, if you say it once more for me, I'll buy it.
Letterbox.
Deal.
£15.
15.
Marvellous.
Warm in to his task.
Sylvana, the more I look at your stand, the more I keep finding things of interest. You've got some really interesting things here. That's a bit of history, isn't it?
It certainly is.
A lot of people might look at this and think this is converted from a shirt, but no, this is actually made for the Red Cross as a money box, aluminium and brass, and it's totally original from the period. And you've got the bottom that unscrews here for you to collect the money after it's been put in. And it's just the most poignant object. It's not well made, it's not high quality, but it speaks volumes.
Made just after World War I, we assume, priced at £65.
I don't suppose you'd take 30 quid for that, would you? Or would you? I think it's a wonderful thing.
It'd have to be £40.
Would it?
For me, yeah.
And frankly, our chaps from the 1418 war deserve £40. So I'm going to say I'll have it.
He likes it here.
Put it there, partner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So, £55 spent. What about Steph?
This is nice. I can tell immediately by the colours that it's a pool pottery dish. Pool pottery in Dorset, very famous, this cream base with the purple, the pink, the yellow and the green and blue. They were originally set up, they were called Carter Stabler Adams, but eventually they changed their name to Pool.
Actually, before that, they were called Carter's Industrial Tile Manufactory.
So this dish, I think, is from the 60s. Always check on the back for the marks. I've never seen one in this shape, obviously for snacks, very 60s. Unfortunately, though, it's chipped, which means although it is only £18, chipped ceramics are really difficult to sell. So I think I'll have to leave it.
Well, she's already bought 3 things today. Hey, look up. Savannah's on the way back.
This is interesting. Vintage, it looks to be 1930s. Masonic apron, the sash, and the original bag that it came in. The back of the sash has a name label on it, which matches the bag. So it tells you exactly where he was a member of the Masons, and his number and his name. It's really nice. It's very good quality. Price is on the satchel, and it is £38. What would be your best on that?
We'll do for 25.
25. It's a deal. Thank you very much. That's great. I'll take it.
It's been a busy day, all right?
Thank you very much, sir.
With only one left to go.
Don't drive off without me, there's a good girl.
Why not? No, shopping-wise, that is. Night, night.
Oh, a bump. Oh, go on, just go for it. Ah!
New day, new county. They're getting very close now.
I can't believe it's all over. Well, nearly all over. Are you going to miss me?
Yeah, of course.
Correct answer.
Yesterday, Charlie bought a Great War money box and some Art Nouveau door furniture.
Letters.
Leaving him with just over 440 in his bulging wallet. While Steph picked up plates, a road map, some Masonic equipment and an easel, as you do.
So if it was anybody famous, that would be amazing.
So she has just under 100 still available to spend today.
Look at that!
Amazing. Wow.
That is extraordinary.
The 82 arches of the mighty Welland Viaduct in Rutlandshire.
People often say it's the smallest county in England.
Yeah, well, it always used to be.
I think the smallest county is the City of London.
Oh.
Probably wrong. Fact check that.
As always, she's right. The city is the smallest by size, although Rutland is the least populated county.
You've gone mastermind.
Do.
Later, they'll be off to auction in Market Harborough, but the first stop today is in the village of Glaston. Nothing like its Somerset sound-alike, where Steph gets a barn all to herself.
Good luck, darling. Have a lovely shop.
Mwah.
There's an awful lot of very nice furniture in here. Hardly her sort of thing, though, really.
Hello, Peter.
Steph, hello, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks. And you?
Oh, yes. Just a question of what to buy now. Just under 100 left, remember.
I like these. They are a collection of unusual weights. They're called weights or tethers. So they are extremely heavy. I can't even lift this one. And this one is a little bit smaller, so can I lift it? Just. I'm not sure what they're for. This one had some kind of carving on it, which may have been a number. They could be 100 years old, they could be 200 years old. They're all solid granite. I think they're really interesting, but if I can't lift something...
I think they're Leicestershire cheese weights, you know. Now, what about Charlie and the minx?
It's a bit lonely being in the car without Steph. Hello, Steph. I can always pretend to talk to her. Time to focus. 2 shops to go, and still 440 odd pounds in the bank. And I really want to knock a big hole in that.
Like an eccentric millionaire, eh? Our Charlie is making his way towards the Northamptonshire town of Kettering, where, as movie fan Steph is no doubt aware, Captain Clark Gable spent some time between missions in World War II.
Good morning.
Hello, Charlie.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, mate. I'm great.
You
How
are...
I'm Daz.
Daz?
Daz, yep.
And I'm Wazza. Was it gonna be, Charlie?
Now, what we've got here are some, I think, Victorian sovereign scales. And this is to test the weight of your sovereigns, because the sovereign value is in the amount of gold that it contains. So if it balances at half a sovereign or a whole sovereign, it's a simple thing to carry around in your pocket. And if someone's trying to palm you off with a sovereign, you just need to check it.
The very first English gold sovereign was authorised by Henry VII in 1489. Not a lot of people know that.
It's a very simple object. It's made of brass. I'm concerned about the age of this. And actually, the label does say vintage, and I think Daz has got this spot on here. I think this is not a modern reproduction, but it is something that might have been made after the general use of sovereigns. So I'm going to steer clear of that one.
Nothing doing there just yet. And 16 miles away, what's going down?
Now this I like. I like a bit of rustic social history. It is a wool winder, made in England, I would assume, although it may be Welsh. It's some kind of soft wood. It's got quite a lot of woodworm, so it may be pine, something like that. Handmade nails. Many of my ancestors were nailers, so they may have even made these nails.
I wonder if they had a nail bar.
So you'd put your wool in there and you'd be able to wind it from your bobbin. Now, it's got no price on it at all. Peter, can I ask you about this wool winder?
Yeah, of course. It's probably late 18th, very early 19th. It's a great piece, isn't it?
I really like it. Can you tell me what price it is and then what your very, very, very best price on it is?
I think we perhaps put it in at 90 quid or thereabouts initially.
Would you be willing to take nearer the sort of £60 mark for it?
Call it 70.
Lovely. Thanks,
Thank you.
Peter.
OK.
Thanks, Peter.
60, £70. Thanks very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, one happy customer in Rutland, and in Northants, window shopping by the looks of it.
The Protector Lamp and Lighting Company Limited, Eccles of Manchester. This is a miner's lamp.
Known as a safety lamp with the flame enclosed to reduce the explosive risk of gases like methane.
It probably was used down the mine. It's priced at £40, and it says original, and I think the age of that is about 1900.
Hang on, it looks like there's two.
Here you are, Charlie.
Ah, you got another one.
That's another
You're
one.
making them at the back.
Well, that's just come in. That's a lot earlier than that other one.
Oh, isn't
But
that
that one hasn't been
wonderful?
priced yet.
Made in Aberdare, and this is Thomas and Williams Limited. I like the other lamp, but it's got a bit of damage in the top of it. It's been bashed. This is, I think, earlier, and I love this plaque on it.
Time to choose, Charlie.
Is it ever so cheap?
Slightly a little higher than the one in the window.
The other one was priced at 40, so you'd have taken 30, wouldn't you?
For the one in the window?
Yeah.
I think I would have done that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think I would have done that for you, Charlie.
So you'd take 30 for this one?
I'd take 40 for that one. Let's do 35.
30?
35. That's my best.
Put your hand out. 35
Thanks,
quid.
Charlie.
Marvellous. I like it.
Not made much of a dent in his funds either, has it?
35 of the finest, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you very much indeed.
Now, while Charlie lights his way back to the motor, Steph's going to take a ride on a much gentler form of transport at the Grand Union Canal near Foxton, where she's about to descend the largest flight of staircase locks in the English canal system in the company of Penny Arscott.
Hello there.
I'm Penny. I'm Steph. Nice to meet you. Oh, you did. That was a good entrance. So we're about to go towards the locks?
Yes, we are.
And how many locks are there here at Foxton Locks?
There's 10.
It's such a beautiful boat.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The correct name is a narrow boat.
Yes.
And not a barge.
No.
What's the difference between a narrow boat and a barge?
A narrow boat is 7 feet wide, whereas a barge is 12 to 14 feet wide.
Britain's canal system began with improvements upon already navigable rivers. But during the late 18th century, as industrial development grew and freight was required to move between areas not served by rivers, a network of so-called narrow canals developed.
What's the best way to open a lock?
Well, you put your back against it. Sit on, and then push. Make sure your feet. Yeah, that's it.
In these?
Yeah, that's it. And now push.
It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Just be careful you don't fall in.
The construction of Foxton Locks, which began in 1810, was part of the scheme to connect London with the Midlands and the North, to create a sort of M1 waterway that would ensure the movement of goods and resources throughout the country.
So this is where we are, Leicester, and they came down and met up with the Grand Union Canal, which then takes you down to London.
How long will it take to get from here to London?
It would take you nearly 6 days to get to London from here.
Away from the rivers, the creators of the canal network faced huge geographical problems, and none more so than at Foxton, where, confronted with a steep hill, engineer Benjamin Bevan designed 10 staircase locks and storage reservoirs called side ponds to maintain water levels.
They are the longest and steepest staircase locks in the country. It would have cost more to actually build the canal around the contour of the hill, because you would have to buy the land, plus it would take a lot longer to build.
These man-made channels were often called navigations, and the men responsible for the back-breaking toil of digging them came to be known as navvies, a new breed of roving worker.
A lot of them were farm labourers. It was a better paid job than actually being a farm labourer, but it was very, very hard work. There was over 2,000 miles of canals, and they were dug out by hand, basically. They just had spades and a pickaxe, and that was it.
So dangerous, hard work, long hours?
Yeah, very long hours. And they got paid by how much they dug out. They got 2.5 halfpenny per cubic yard. And if they worked hard through the week, they actually earned up to 30 shillings. But they also played hard. They got themselves a bit of a reputation of going out and getting very drunk.
As industrial development continued and railways began to supersede canals, the navvies too moved on, a vast construction army of around 250,000 men. But Foxton Locks, opened in August 1814, remains a testament to both ingenuity and hard work.
So this is the last lock then?
Yes, it is the last lock. We have made it down.
So that took us 45 minutes.
Yeah.
How long did it take them to build it?
It took 4 years to build the locks.
I think 4 years is very quick.
I think she's right. Now, back to life in the fast lane.
I've still got over £400 for my last shop. Come on, Roscoe, spend it. Love the name of the shop. Albert's Archives. Because it's not run by Albert, it's run by Val.
But more of that anon. The final shopping destination of this trip is North Kilworth, where tidy parking is always appreciated. And as for reckless spending, come on, Charlie, you can do this.
Hello? Are you Val?
I am.
I'm Charlie.
Pleased to meet you.
Are you in charge?
I am.
I was expecting to find an Albert.
Albert is here, but he's sat up on the top.
He's a rocking horse.
He's a rocking horse.
Is he the boss?
Sometimes, yeah.
So, aside from a slightly complicated organisational structure, it all looks promising. Even got free sweeties. Ooh. That looks familiar, look. We've had one of them.
Ho, ho, ho. What have we got here? Another salamander. I mean, samovar. This is the big brother of the one I bought for the last auction. But it's not as ornate and it's not as good quality, in my opinion. It is, of course, copper and brass. It's got this glass handles, both of which are chipped, which is a serious problem. Oh dear, it's got a brass in it. It's £84. That needs to be bought for 40. We could always try Val, couldn't we? Val?
Or Albert.
Come over here, my dear.
I'm here.
You've got a samovar.
I have.
A Russian Tiern. And I took the top off and saw the price. Where did you dream up the price from?
I didn't dream that.
Did you not?
No.
Have you ever sold one before?
I've never sold a samovar.
No, you probably won't sell that one if it's
Well, I've had it quite a while. And
The thing that really concerns me about this one is they are badly damaged. So I don't know whether you've got much leeway in it. Did it cost you lots of money or did it come reasonable?
It came quite reasonable, actually.
Did it?
OK, Charlie, make your move.
It's a pathetic offer compared with the asking price, but I suspect this is going to be the best offer you've ever had on your samovar, if not the
only offer that I've had on my samovar.
I would pay £40 for it.
I think that's quite reasonable.
It's not bad, is it? Does it show you a profit? That's the key.
Yes, it will.
That would be marvellous. So, can I just bank that in case I find something I like even more?
You can, yeah.
If I don't find anything I like more, I will definitely give you my word I will have it.
OK.
OK?
Yep.
Now, come with me. I've seen something
Where are we
else
going now?
I quite like. We're going over here.
Not a rocking horse, is it? Oh, I see.
It was this Val, which I think she's an elegant lady, isn't she?
Gorgeous.
Edwardian lady, and it's a pastel. I wondered whether it was a print, but it's definitely a pastel.
Pastel had a bit of a revival with the Pre-Raphaelites, and you might say this work reflects their influence.
A. Hitchens, I don't know who Hitchens is, and it hasn't got a price on it.
This was clearance of an old lady that lived in the village.
Yeah.
Her daughter bought it in.
Does it have a price?
I think you would have to throw a price at me.
Although it's the original frame, it would be better reframed, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I think it would come out of itself.
So what offer would you make on it?
I'd pay 50 quid for it, and hopefully it would make money.
I'd definitely have to have a little think on that one. It's not mine.
No, I appreciate that. I would pay you £100 for that and the samovar.
Well, Albert's not saying much, so I think this is down to you, Val.
I love your lady, but if you will take £100 for the two, if it makes a fortune, I'll take you out and buy you a cup of tea.
Charlie!
I'm all promises. No, it might be something stronger. What's the verdict?
Yes, I'm
Are you
gonna say
sure?
Yes, I am.
Not spent the lot by a long chalk, has he?
A naughty 40 for the samovar.
Samovar.
A sexy 60 for that lovely lady.
Can't wait to get his hands on her, can he? And safely stowed in the boot, along with that old samovar, of course. Now, you two, get to Market Harborough.
Well, I've had a lovely day.
Have you?
Ah, yes, I have. Have you?
All my days are lovely. Sitting in a Hillman Super Minx with you.
Yeah, don't forget the shut-eye, eh? All good things must come to an end, so why not here? After setting out from Shenton and seeing a lot of Leicestershire, Rutland and Northamptonshire, they've made for Market Harborough and Gildings.
Come on, Steph. Let's get cracking. After you, madam.
With internet bidding. Charlie threatened a splurge, but parted with just £190 for his 5 auction lots. Deja viewing, Steph?
Charlie is trying to single-handedly bring samovars back into fashion. He made profit on the one that he bought in the last round, so he's obviously trying again with the same thing.
She, however, went for broke, spending £265, also on 5 lots.
Now, these plates, designed by Eric Revilliers, could make money. I mean, his paintings make thousands. So I think these could be the key to Steph's revival. They could be worth £100 to £200, but if the auctioneer gets stuck in, I could be slightly worried with these.
But what does the man with the gavel, Mark Gilding, make of their lot?
There are a surprisingly large number of buyers that we have for Masonic regalia with collections such as this, nicely named brass door knocker and combined letterbox. I think these things are just a bit out of fashion. My favourite lot is the artist's easel. I think this really fits the right name, great condition, and should do well.
Hear that, Steph? It can be done.
Steph, is this the end of the beginning or the beginning of the end, to use a Churchillian expression?
Well, Steph's starting with her big guns, all right. The Revilius plates.
Bids on my book here open 55, 65 pounds. 65 pounds I'm bid for 75, 85, 90 bid now at 90. 90 pounds I'm bid then for the pair of these at 90.
Come on. Oh no, Steph.
Do I see anywhere? Selling at 90 pounds.
Never mind.
What would Churchill say? Something about it only being the first skirmish, probably.
It's disappointing that the auctioneers didn't get to their bottom estimate.
More war now. First one this time, Charlie's money box.
And bidding opens here with me at £12, £15, £18 I'm bid.
It's going cheap.
£20 I'm bid in the room at 20.
Yeah.
£20 I'm bid at 22. 25.
Come on.
25 room bidding at 25. You're out online. 28.
Come on.
Your turn. 30. Thank you at 30. £30 room bidder at £30 at 30.
£30, 30 bid online.
Yeah, come on.
£32.
This is cheap.
32. Selling to the room bidder at 35.
Oh, bid.
On the gavel, £38 at 38. 40 in the room at 40.
It's still incredibly cheap. Oh, hang on, there's a gentleman whacking me from behind. Are you bidding on this lot? Oh, good Lord.
In the room at 40.
What a very generous gentleman.
Oh, there's
How much did it make?
40. Washed its face.
Charlie is winning by a mile now. He can take that.
That was all right. Thanks to this gentleman here.
I paid for it, yeah.
Steph's easel. Did it once belong to a great painter?
And bidding opens here with me at £60.
Well done,
£60
straight in at 60.
£60 I'm bid. £60, 5 do I see?
That's a profit.
It's selling on the book at £60.
That's good.
Quite. Better than actually suffering for your art.
Being that one round that was my entire profit, that's pretty
Rough
good.
calculation.
Rough calculation.
Charlie's second samovar of the trip is next.
Nice lot this, and bidding opens here at £22.
What?
22, 5, 28,
Oh, it's going.
32, 35, 35, I'm out, 38 in the room now, 40, £40, 42, 45, 48, 50, 5 online, 55, £60 in the room at 60. 5, still both
Good
out
effort,
of the room,
sir.
thank you, at 65
That
with the
gentleman on the
internet
left
bidder,
deserves a vote of
£65.
Well done, Charlie.
Profit.
You're making a load of money on these samovars.
I know. I'm becoming the world expert on samovars.
Well, I'm not rushing out to buy one.
I'm going to write a book, Samovars and Me.
Steph's not catching up at this rate. Her wool winder.
Pretty low actually with this one, £18 only I bid. 20, 22. £22 I bid at 22. £25 online at 25. My bids are out now, we're bidding with the internet. Here to sell, it's £25 with a sale room.
I think even Churchill will have struggled to come back from that.
That's what we call a CMB.
What's the CMB?
Crash and burn.
And this little lamp of Charlie's, is it going to shine, shine, shine?
Again, bids on my book here. I'm going to open the bidding at 18, 20, 22, £25.
Oh, you're nearly there.
£25,
You're nearly
Lions
there.
lamp at 25. 25, 28 in the room, 30
same
with
guy
me,
from
at
before,
32 in the room, 32. My bids are lost now at 32, the bid is in the room. It's £32, over to my right. And
Don't you want a miner's lamp, sir?
online. With the internet bidder and selling at £35.
Oh, no, you made a profit, didn't you?
No.
Just holding his own.
Never mind, sir. All be the same in 100 years' time.
Steph's lamp is next. Beats falling into an hole in the ground, I suppose.
Is that £50, do I see?
What?
£18 I bid then. £18 I bid for the hand lamp, 20 in the
It's
room.
a loss.
Oh, there's a gentleman bidding on it behind you.
At £20 I bid, 22 do I see? 22 seated at 22.
22.
£22 I bid, still out at 22 in the seats and selling at £22.
£2.
Very nice
so with the
gentleman.
commission.
Very nice gentleman sitting behind you bought it.
What a kind man. I can't think what he'll do with it.
Pure quality, sir. The rust was extra.
Equally practical, but a wee bit more decorative, Charlie's knocker and letterbox.
We're bidding only here £12.
Oh, that's not bad.
£15. 15, 18, 20, 22, 25.
Which is indeed.
Selling in the room then at 25.
Another profit for you.
Well, about tuppence, isn't it?
Another profit. It's still better than
15.
nothing. Yes, you made another profit.
Yes, no complaints, please, Charlie.
Way
Stick
over
with me,
£500.
Steph.
I know. I
You'll be
need to.
fine.
Need to borrow some money off you, I think.
Steph's last lot, a Masonic clobber.
Bidding opens here at £20. £20 I'm bid then for the Masonic.
£20 bid? What about that? £20?
No, he's looking for those 20s bid.
25. £25 in the room at 25.
Oh.
25 bidding in the room at £25 then. Room bidder at 25.
Oh.
Is that it?
That's it. Breaking.
Is that the end of your road trip?
Bit of a whimper, but never mind.
Have you enjoyed your road trip?
Yeah, I have.
It's marvellous.
It's the taking part that counts.
It is.
The final offering, Charlie's Edwardian lady. Is she smiling?
This elegant lady.
Elegant lady.
Should be £100 really, shouldn't it?
Oh,
Let's
yes.
say 100.
Oh, is it?
Okay, £35 I'm bid.
Oh, that's a long...
It's a long drop from 100.
100 down to 35.
£35 then for the portrait at 35. Really, this should be making more than this, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, at £35.
This is...
But that's the bid that I have at £35.
Oh, no.
Watching you all carefully, but you're not bidding.
Oh, dear.
Selling then.
Oh.
£35.
Ooh, like a dagger to the heart.
Oh, no. Nobody liked her.
No.
He finished with a real hammer horror.
You've ended up with more money than you started with.
Well, that's good. I didn't think I would at one point.
Pretty good. Shall we go home?
Let's.
Come on.
Time to take one last look at the pounds, shillings and pence. Steph started out with £293 and 24p today, and after auction costs, she made a bit of a loss to reach a final total of, well, more than she began with. While Charlie, who had £497 and 96p, also made a loss today after costs. But he's still our winner with £471 and 96p, and all those profits go to children in need.
I can't believe it's all over. Give me a hug.
Oh, I can't either.
Ooh. What's next in your life?
Gin, I think. Come on.
Gin?
Yeah, gin.
This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
And they'll always have Market Harborough.
Dive! Really cheap. Oh, hang on. Just like that. Oh, what is wrong with the car? What's happened? Yeah!
Who are you, Colin?
I'm Charlie.
Next time, it's a whole new road trip with this pair of charmers. Natasha Raskin-Sharp and Philip Cyril are hitting the shops.
The very, 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 very best price.
I'm thinking of buying dinosaur poo. Right, are you ready?
It's gonna be a hoot.
arrived, the moment we've all been waiting for. The grand final of Gladiators 1994. Within the next hour, we shall know who our two champions will be.
And at this point, I think it's worth reminding everybody that tonight's finalists have come a long, long way. They were whittled down from over 25,000 applicants, and they've all worked very, very hard to get here tonight. So for the last time, Ollie, just remind us what's really at stake.
Well, we have the intention of making each of our champions £5,000 richer. And we'll also give them the opportunity to drive away into the sunset in one of these wonderful four-wheel drive off-the-road vehicles. There is, of course, also some wonderful compensation for our two runners-up. They'll each receive £2,000.
Well, the fact that they're here at the finals of Gladiators means that they're all winners anyway. So let's meet tonight's finalists. They are...
Eunice Huthart.
And Kerryn Sampey. Come on, girls. Whoa. Ollie lookalike.
I don't know who you think you're taking the mickey out of. What is she like? What is she like? Well, you're obviously very, very relaxed tonight, Eunice. You look very relaxed. You sound relaxed.
Yeah, well, best frame of mind to keep a think. Just stay relaxed. Enjoy it. That's the best way. As soon as you start taking it too serious, you tense up, make mistakes.
I'm not going to ask you about any special training, because you'll threaten to kill me like you did a few weeks ago. What does it feel like for your little girl to see her mummy come into the final?
It's very strange for Carly. She's only 3 years old. And whenever she comes to see me compete, my sport being kickboxing, she just sees a lot of kicking and punching, and generally girls taking the dust, you know what I mean? Hitting the floor like. So she comes here, watches me on the Gladiators, and I get home and she says, Mum, why don't you just kick them and punch them?
Well, I hope there'll be none of that tonight, but have you given any thought at all to the prize money and what you might do with that?
I've tried not to, but I can't help it, like, I look at the Jeep and I see semi-detached house with a garden and a garage, and my mind starts wandering then.
Well, listen, I hope Lady Luck is smiling on you tonight. You've come a long way to be here, and you've worked very hard indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Eunice Huthart.
Well, Kerryn, you're here. Did you ever think, a long, long time ago, did you ever think you were going to be here at the grand final?
Absolutely not, no. I entered this as a laugh, and, you know, I've got this fight. It's unbelievable. I had a brilliant time, and I'm just going to go out there and have a go at everything, you know.
Feeling pretty pleased with yourself, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's see how you get on tonight. Off you go, Kerryn. Get yourself ready.
Now it's time to meet our male finalists. Tonight they are Paul Field
and Sam Codjoe.
Paul, just a little bit of support there for you tonight, just to make you feel even more at ease. You sound very relaxed, and I've seen you backstage. Feeling quite relaxed?
Yeah, I'm feeling nice, relaxed. Good.
Now, have you got any people from the Met here tonight?
Yeah, Holborn police station up there. It's 100 odd.
So how are you feeling about tonight? Are you fairly focused, or are you just going to take it as it comes and sort of be fairly laid back about it?
No, I'm going to focus on every event individually and just give it my all, you know.
Well, I think that's probably the best thing. And I have to ask you once again, any thought as to how you might spend £5,000?
I'm going to take the missus and the 3 boys on holiday to America.
Brilliant. I expect you'll have a little bit of change out of that as well, so I wish you the very best of luck. Take it easy, focus on those events, do your best. Paul Field!
Now, Sam, you've become a very familiar man on the television. You're a man who's never lost for words, so this time, you get on with it. Here you are. How's everybody feeling out there tonight? Let me hear you say ho! Say
great night. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
Ulrika's right, it's going to be a great night, and our first event is Gauntlet. First to run the gauntlet is Liverpool housewife Eunice Huthart. She's 27 years of age, 5 foot 7 inches and 10 stone. Let's take a brief glimpse of how she got into this evening's final. Like most Scousers, she's got a great sense of humour. In her heat, she beat Lorraine Staley. In the quarterfinals, Jo Banton. And in the semi-finals, Erica Rogerson. She's the only female contender to complete the pursuit course and pick up those all-important 10 points. Last time she ran the gauntlet, she managed to get through in 16 seconds. How will she do this evening?
So, Eunice is ready, and she's going to be facing Lightning, Falcon, Zodiac, Scorpio, and Panther! Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1. Eunice is off and running. Lightning puts a block on her for a moment, but not for long. Straight past into Falcon. Falcon holding her up. Oh, good move to get round Falcon. Oh, straight past Zodiac, taking Scorpio with her now. Great strength and determination from this young lady. And Panther can't hold her up. She's through in 18 seconds. That's 10 points for the first event.
Eunice, congratulations. You love those games, don't you? You're getting better and better at that, aren't you?
I wanted to go for the better time. I got a pump, but it felt slower than last time. Tough girls in there. I just want to know what time it was.
That was a very quick time. 18 seconds gives you 10 points! Well done, Eunice!
Well, 2 seconds slower than the last time Eunice appeared in gauntlets, but those maximum points will put the pressure on our student from Leeds, Kerryn Sampey. Kerryn is 20 years old, 5 foot 6 and weighs 8 stone 10. She's an excellent gymnast and has shown great class in Powerball. To get into the final this evening, she beat Jane Ludden in her heat, Melissa Spackman in her quarterfinal and Nikki Wyatt in her semi-final. She's one of the few girls to have reached the summit of the pyramid and deservedly makes it into the final this evening. Having never done gauntlet before, she's in new territory here. Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1. Oh, straight into Lightning. Not a good idea, but gets past her. Falcon on the floor, wrapping her arms round her. Not allowed to do that. Got to use those blocking pads. Referee John Anderson stopping her. Next into Zodiac. Zodiac holding her up, but not for long. Now Scorpio's got to block her. What's all that hitting going on? Well taken down by Panther. This is slower. And she's still through. 28 seconds. That's 5 points.
Well done, Kerryn. Now, you've never done this event before, have you?
No, never.
How did you find it?
I was on the floor most of the time, scrabbling about.
Can you remember which one of the gladiators gave you the hardest work?
Yeah, Falcon, definitely.
But then Zodiac held you down for a while as well.
All of them had a good go at me.
Well, 28 seconds, you got yourself 5 points! Well done, Kerryn.
There's Kerryn supporters in their lucky knickers.
Gladiators! Panther, Zodiac, Falcon, Lightning, and Scorpio!
After the first event, Eunice is on 10, Kerryn's on 5. In the audience this evening, we've got members of the American Gladiators team who are here for the International Series.
This is fantastic. Gladiator action brick. It's fantastic.
That was Hawk. I'm looking forward to that International Series and looking forward to running the gauntlet as 27-year-old policeman Paul Fields, 6 foot and 14 stone. One of the most exciting incidents on his way to the final this evening was when he faced Shadow in Hang Tough, swinging across, picking up maximum points. He beat Alex Lee in his heat, Matt Beek in the quarterfinal, and Paul Beswick in the semi-final. 3 great memories Gladiators will hold for him was the walloping of Wolf, trouncing of Trojan, and producing his 7-day-old son, Jack.
So Paul's ready to run the gauntlet, and he's going to be facing Trojan, Cobra, the Mighty Warrior, Hunter, and there's only one Saracen! Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! the score the last time he was on the gauntlet, but he's past Trojan already. And through Cobra. Warrior holding him back. But not for long. This man means business tonight. 2 gladiators holding on to him now. Only Saracen left. Can he get there? Yes! 18 seconds and 10 points. Magnifico.
Paul, congratulations. Well done. At the start, you put your head down and you said, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, I went for it. That hurts. That hurts. That's hard.
Warrior hit you hard, didn't he?
They all hit me hard, John. They all hit me hard. They're all big men.
18 seconds, 10 points!
He's delighted with those points. He was like a rocket through the gladiators. It was a question of light the blue touch paper and stand back.
We've closed up shop. Nobody's coming through this time.
Well, you heard Saracen there, and that's bad news for Sam Codjoe, our recreation officer from London. 27, 5 foot 8 inches and 12 stone 2. One of the smallest contenders, but that hasn't stopped him winding Wolf up, though, through the competition. And when Wolf couldn't strip him off the wall, he stripped Sam's banners away from his supporters. In order to get into the final this evening, Sam's beaten Rick Brown in his heat, Andy Riddick in the quarterfinal, and Phil Campbell in the semi-final. You'll probably remember those amazing moments at the end of Sam's quarterfinal when he and Andy Riddick were inches apart, and one of the most nail-biting finishes I can remember on Gladiators. Sam's never previously scored on Gauntlet, and to add to his problem, Wolf has been drafted into the team due to an injury to Cobra.
So, next up to face the Mean Machine. And if anyone can, Sam can! Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Sam's going to have to rely far more on speed than strength, and doing just that, he's past Trojan, meets the Wolf. And Wolf's not allowed to put his body weight on Sam. He can block him, and I'm not sure what he's doing there. Oh, chips on the carpet, Sam through to meet the Warrior. And Warrior's lifted him out. That looked like a definite lift out to me, and that means that Sam re-enters the gauntlet where he came out. In the replay, we can see Sam isn't travelling up the side. Warrior just lifts him out. Not sure Sam's that happy about re-entering the gauntlet, but he has got past Trojan and the Wolf, so he'll start from Warrior. Wolf, we can see here, not actually putting body weight on Sam, so that's why the referee didn't stop it. And there's the carpet just behind him, gets his heels caught, and is dumped rather unceremoniously on his backside.
3, 2, 1.
16 seconds gone, and Warrior is determined not to let Sam get past him. Oh, he's on the white, though. He's got to let him go. Now on to Hunter. Hunter normally good at this with those blocking pads. It's all over. No points for Sam. A lot of wham-bam, not so much Super
Well,
Sam.
unlucky. Not the sort of thing you want to hear, is it, when John Anderson says you can run it again, eh?
I wasn't looking forward to that. I thought he was going to say, you can go around the back and have a little break. I was looking forward to a cup of tea. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to see you later.
Well, unfortunately, Sam, no points. Long way to go. Let's hear it for Sam!
After our first event, Paul's maximum 10 points, Sam a cup of tea and 0.
So now we move into event number 2, which is Pursuit, and both Eunice and Kerryn are ready to go. But tonight, they're going to be pursued by Scorpio and Zodiac. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Eunice picked up 10 points on this event in the semi-final. Kerryn's never done it before, and it's Scorpio on Eunice, Zodiac on Kerryn. Both girls looking good as they get to the wire bridges. Kerryn in the yellow here. Oh, trips there. Safety across as Eunice hits the hand ladder. And it's got to be said, Zodiac's catching up Kerryn all the time. Kerryn safely off the hand ladder and onto the wet track. Oh, Eunice stumbles! But I don't see Scorpio anywhere in sight. It's looking good for Eunice and Kerryn too. Over the low wall. Comfortably over the wet track. They both hit the high wall. Looks like both girls are going to be scoring now. Eunice comes in for 10 points and Kerryn for 5. So after 2 events, Eunice has a maximum of 20 points and Kerryn 10.
The thing about the Gladiators and about being a sportsman, you don't get great just always winning. You get great by accepting to lose, you get back up, you keep fighting. So remember that.
Good piece of sporting philosophy from Zodiac there. Not everyone can be a winner, and in losing, learn from your mistakes.
So Paul and Sam take us into the men's event, but after 3 seconds, they're going to be chased by the Wolfman and Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Paul has picked up 10 points on 2 occasions in this event and was disqualified on the 3rd occasion for missing out rungs on the hand ladder. Sam picked up 10 points in the semi-final, so they'll be playing for top honours tonight, knowing that they've got the beating of the Gladiators. And look at the speed of these guys on the hand ladder already. Paul wants to make sure that he doesn't miss any rungs tonight. Doesn't want to be disqualified in the final. Both guys neck and neck over the web trap. Paul slight lead over that small wall onto the big wall. He's going to pick himself up 10 points and Sam coming home for 5. Maximum all the way for Paul Field. Both guys congratulate each other, and like Eunice Huthart in the ladies' competition, Paul Field is on a maximum of 20, Sam's 5 after 2 events.
That's 2 down, 3 to go, and then that dreadful eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to part 2 of our grand final. We're just raring to go with event number 3. And it looks to me as if both Eunice and Kerryn are ready, standing at the foot of our pyramid. Tonight, though, they're facing Jet and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders,
Well, Pyramid has got to be one of my favourite events this series, and Kerryn picked up 10 points in the semi-final, but she's going nowhere at the moment. Here's Eunice and Jet. Oh, take a flying tumble. Jet doing a little somersault to get herself back on her feet as Lightning and Kerryn go for a spin. This game all about recovering quickly, getting yourself back on the pyramid. That's exactly what Lightning's done. Wrap it up, Kerryn again, takes her down. Jet not letting Eunice go anywhere. It's a tough game, this one. Kerryn and Lightning back down. And now Kerryn's got a breakaway on here. Oh! Lightning's still there. Can't pull her off this time, though. This is where Jet's got to be careful. She doesn't want to be knocked down by the other girls. That's happened a few times on the series. Brings Eunice down for a hard mat finish. Lightning finally prizes Kerryn up, and Kerryn brings her down by the finger. Lightning's back up on her feet. And it's all over. Great game for the girls. No points scored on this occasion, though a very exciting game to watch. Eunice is on 20, Kerryn on 10.
So now we move into the men's event with Sam and Paul, and tonight they're going to be tackled by the Wolfman and Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Oh, look at the reflection of the pyramid in Paul Field's grandmother's spectacles there. Well, both guys have done well on the pyramid. Paul scored twice and Sam's gotten up there once before in the semi-final. Paul's going to break straight away. Well, that's one of the fastest times we've ever seen on Gladiators. Straight to the top in less than 15 seconds. Incredible! Sam's got a much harder job here with the Wolf. And Wolf brought him down already. Referee Andrew Norgate going in to break it up. It looks like Sam was holding there as well. Sam needs to get to the top, needs those 5 points desperately, with Paul Field scoring maximum so far. This doesn't look good for Sam. Wolf's all over him. Wolf very fast in this event. Having shed a lot of weight for speed at 42 years of age, you wouldn't think that this man would be capable of doing this, but he kept Sam out of the points. Friends at the end of the day. In the replay, we can see that it was Paul's quick recovery which allowed him to get to the summit.
Well, Paul, you're not even breathless.
Oh, I am.
Second attempt up there, and you made it straight to the top.
Yeah, I want this very much. I want this very, very much.
So, I think a well-earned 10 points. Well done, Paul. Sam.
Wolf's was really fast on that one. He's very nifty as well because a bit cheeky. Got me down the bottom, trapped me a little bit. I'm not sure what John's got to say about that, but he trapped me down the bottom for a long time, so sort of got me a bit.
Well, I saw somebody intervene there because obviously you're not allowed to body lock for too long, but you're not quite so happy about the way that was dealt with.
No, I'm not. No, I don't think they got in there fast enough. I don't know if there's a penalty against Wolf. Well, you know how Wolf is anyway. He likes to cheat a little bit.
Absolutely.
You lost, man!
I really would like to see what John Anderson's got to say about that thing down the bottom. Thanks a lot.
All right, then, Sam, we'll wait and hear what John Anderson has to say.
Well, what happened at the bottom of the pyramid? It looked like you were holding him down, but you tell us what happened.
I asked the audience. He was holding me down. Hey, man, I think that guy's... I think in a previous life he was a dog because he tried to bite me. Look at the close-ups. I said to the referee, look, he got my leg. I couldn't get up.
Wolf, referee is here. Mr. Anderson.
No way, referee.
I'm very happy to tell you, for once, you were right.
Yeah!
Wow! Let's hear for the Wolfman!
Well, now there's a turnout for the books. Wolfman being right. Let's look at this. There's Sam on top of him. Wolf certainly holding him for a second there. And now, look, there's Sam's arm coming round, holding the Wolf's leg. 6 of one, though, and half a dozen of the other. Still on maximum, 30 points for Paul, 5 for Sam. Next event, Powerball. Kerryn told us earlier today about Powerball in her semi-final.
In the semis, when I did the Powerball, the first thing I remember was Nightshade coming backstage and saying, gosh, you move like a whippet. So I was quite impressed with that. So I'm going to try. I've got the same 3 gladiators again on Powerball. So I'll have to see if I can do a replay of that one. Hopefully I can.
Eunice will be using the red balls and Kerryn the blue. And protecting those 5 baskets is Jet, Lightning and the deadly Nightshade! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! Three, two, one.
Both girls good scorers in this event, and there's 2 points for Eunice straight away. Kerryn's picked up 13 points in the quarter-final, so both girls know how to evade the gladiators, but Kerryn's not doing so at the moment. Good tackle from Lightning, brings her down. Here comes Eunice again. Lightning standing a bit far back, and Eunice picks up the 2 points. You've got to close these girls down. Kerryn. Tackle from Lightning there, and Eunice somehow eluding Nightshade, picks up another 2 points. Oh, and another 2, going well in this event. Both girls down the same end. Jet, good tackle on Eunice. Kerryn yet to score. Here comes Eunice again. Great flying tackle by Jet, frees that basket. Oh, there's Kerryn's first 2-pointer. Here comes Eunice. Oh, some great tackling by Jet tonight. Somehow Kerryn gets another 2 points over Nightshade. And time has run out. Good game for the girls.
This is pretty cool.
That's Ice from the American Gladiators. I bet she's looking forward to the international competition. Now, Kerryn, who did so well in the heats to get here, Really ridden out of the points this evening.
Well done, Kerry. Hard work, eh?
Yeah, very hard work. These girls have really got their act together. You know, they're quite unbeatable now.
And Gauntlet as well. Took some tough stick again, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been battered about a bit today.
Well, you scored 4 points. Eunice, you're in your element here. You love it out there. Tough, huh?
What's happening then? What the game on?
Well, I want to surprise you. You got 8 points! Well done! Let's hear it for Jets, Lightning, and the deadly Nightshade!
And Nightshade doing her job, holding the helmets while the girls do their tumbling. It's great to see the agility of these wonderful athletes. So after 4 events, Eunice is on 28 points, Kerryn 14.
On to the men's event. Paul will be using the red balls and Sam the blue. And those 2 unlucky contenders are going to be facing Warrior, Hunter, and the awesome Shadow! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, our 3 gladiators... Oh, a terrible tackle from Shadow on Sam there. And Paul's brought down. And Sam's not moving. Referee John Anderson stopping this. I hope everything's all right. And Sam's mum looking worried. Chris, our physio, and Theo, the doctor, with Sam. And worrying moments in our final. Turning him over. He's not knocked out. Obviously in a lot of pain. Paul looking on to see what's happening. St. John Ambulance have got the stretcher out. And there's Doris, Sam's girlfriend, obviously terribly upset. Having worked so hard to get to the final, this is going to be a terrible way to finish. And they're putting a neck brace on him, obviously not taking any chances whatsoever. There's the stretcher. A lot of training, a lot of hard work over 3 shows have got Sam into the final, and 1 missed tackle appears to be taking him out of it. There's Hunter helping St. John's Ambulance there. And there's Shadow, obviously upset, giving his apologies to Sam. No one would have wanted this to happen. Doris being taken off to see him on the other side of the wall. Well, we know Powerball is a contact game, but if tackles are this high, injuries like we've just seen on Sam will occur.
Well, Shadow, it's very unfortunate. It's a complete accident. What actually happened in your opinion?
In my opinion, I feel that Sam, when we made contact, maybe went down low to maybe go underneath my arm, and I just hooked him with my arm. It was unintentional. As you know, I don't play like that, and the last person that I would want to hurt would be Sam.
And I'm sure you'll wish Sam a speedy recovery.
A speedy recovery.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in these circumstances, we have a stand-in, and tonight's stand-in is Phil Campbell.
Sam's being driven off to the hospital. As soon as we get any word on his condition, I'll give it to you.
Well, Phil, not the circumstances you'd like to come into the game, but nevertheless you're here, and I don't really think it's the sort of game you want to come into as well.
No, it's certainly not the circumstances. I'm really sorry for Sam's family and friends out there, so I hope he's okay. Regarding the game, absolutely not. I'd rather like a nice little warm-up of tiddlywinks beforehand, because this is going to be a pretty tough, I think.
As you've seen, this is a tough one. Well, at the moment, you will pick up Sam's points, which are 5, and Paul is on 30 points, so you've got a little bit to pick up. You think you can do it?
With 2 games to do, I mean, I'm going to have to score about 16 points in the middle basket, so I think it's, you know, asking a bit too much, but I'm certainly going to give it my best shot.
You can do it, Phil. Get yourself ready. Let's hand you back over to John Anderson.
Well, Phil, beaten in the semi-finals by Sam, has got an awful lot to do this evening.
I have discussed this with both contenders, and they are both entirely happy that we run the full time limit for the game. 3, 2, 1.
Well, not the situation any of us wanted to be here on the final, but the show must go on. Oh, Phil's picked up 2 points. Warrior on Phil. No, he's dropped the ball. What is Warrior doing that for? This is absolutely stupid. Ball brought down. Phil taken out quite cleanly. Oh, what a terrible tackle by Warrior. Paul picks up 2 points, but that was so high, that tackle. These Gladiators have got to be careful, taking them out round the waist like Shadow's just done there. Another 2 points for Phil. He nearly lost his hand in the process. Hunter, without a helmet, takes down Phil. Paul knocked senseless by that tackle from Warrior, shaking his head to clear it. 2 of them take him out now. That was a tough game. He's obviously smashed his mouth on the floor, and both guys consoling each other. If we look at some of those tackles from Warrior, there's the ball gone now, but Warrior still determined to take him out of the game. Why? And this high tackle right round the head, face slams into the carpet, and Paul's totally dazed as he runs back to the basket. After the incident with Sam, this is reckless.
Paul, that was a hell of a tackle by Warrior. I thought it cut you in half.
I was a bit dazed for a couple of seconds, and I didn't really know where I was going. My legs wouldn't go where I wanted them to go. But 4 points, I'm out with 4 points.
Are you surprised just how tough and how hard they're hitting you?
I did it in the previous game. And, I mean, it's a contact sport, this game. I mean, they're all big guys. It's good fun, though.
Well done.
Cheers.
Phil, not the game you really want to have a warm-up in, is it?
It's certainly not a warm-up game, John. But I do like this game, actually. And, you know, the guys, they played it as if it was a final. They played it hard. But they were fair, too. It was good. It was a good game.
That's the most important thing. Let's hear it for Phil and Paul! Let's hear it for the Gladiators! Warrior, Hunter, and the awesome Shadow!
Oh, it's a great crowd tonight. It's looking good, and we can't wait to do some competing.
That's Nitro looking forward to the international event. Paul's on 34, Phil's not. Next event, Duel. First up, Eunice Huthart, and earlier today she told us about her opponent, Kerryn.
I went out for a meal last night with Kerryn. We were just chilling out together. And to sum Kerryn up, if she wins tonight, it'll be, this has been the best thing I've ever done in the Gladiators, is great. And if she gets beat, it'll be, this is the best thing they've done in the Gladiators, is great. Because all she does is smile. She's so happy, so jovial all the time. She's relaxed me. We went for a meal and I was the tense one, to be honest. And she was just chilling me down all the time. So one thing I can definitely say, if I get beat tonight off Kerryn, I'll be beat by probably the best competitor there. There's been nobody, like, through my half or through her half, I think that could have beat each of us. So that's one thing I can definitely hold my head up and say, if I do get beat. Oh, and Kerryn, you owe me a $5, so if you do win, I owe me $5 back.
First up is Eunice, and tonight she faces Nightshade. Over to John Anderson.
On guard. 3, 2, 1.
Well, no quarter given or asked for in this final. John Anderson's warned all contenders he'll disqualify them if there's too much defending. So they've got to get down to it. And Eunice goes all the way down. Another one bites the dust. And Eunice's dad, Carl, can't believe it. In the replay we can see she tries a prod, just overbalances.
Next up against Nightshade, it's Kerryn!
That was Alfie Lewis, Eunice's trainer there, trying to psych her up for the rest of the competition.
On guard. 3, 2, 1.
Kerryn ducking out of the way, going straight in with a blow. Nightshade backhand, knocking Kerryn all over the place. Only Kerryn's balance keeping her up there. Great gymnast. Oh no, one forward somersault too many. No points for either girl. Nightshade maintains her 100% record.
Well, Kerryn, she was mean tonight.
She was, after about 20 seconds, she was really determined to get me off. Could hear her, really.
Well, I could hear it standing down here, so goodness knows what it felt like for you up there.
She's such a determined lady. All respect for her, so I did brilliant.
Hang on there just a moment. All credit to you. I mean, fantastic result tonight. You really didn't go out to take any prisoners.
Well, Nightshade really isn't very nice when she gets up there. I'm fine when I'm on the floor here, but once I'm up there, no mercy, no prisoners. If you think you've got what it takes to be a contender, come on up, come and play. I'm waiting for you.
Ooh, let's hear it for Nightshade and let's hear it for Kerryn.
So, after 5 events, the scores remain the same. Eunice 28, Kerryn 14.
So Paul takes us into the men's event, and tonight he faces the Mighty Warrior. Over to John Anderson.
On guard. 3, 2, 1.
First time Warrior's been up on the dual platform in 2 years. A lot of weight, not sure what his balance is like up there. Oh, getting his helmet knocked about. Paul giving it everything. Warrior coming back, turning round. Both guys getting good blows in. Anything could happen here. Both got a puncher's chance of winning. Great fight. Baby goes for a bounce. Paul picks up 5 points for the draw. It really was a great battle up there, blow for blow.
Well, Paul, you must be very pleased with that. He unsettled you on a number of occasions. You managed to regain your balance. And you nearly had him.
What day is it? That was good up there, that was good. Both fair, you know, there was a little bit of prodding, which is allowed, no poking, you know. It was good, it was a good contest, enjoyed it.
And you must feel very content picking up an extra 5 points as we move into the eliminator.
Gets a man like that, 5 points, brilliant.
That's it for Paul!
Just look at this, mano a mano. Paul gets one in, Warrior adjusts his helmet and comes back.
5 points, yes!
Next up against Warrior, it's Phil Campbell. Over to John Anderson.
On guard. 3, 2, 1.
Well, Phil Campbell has never scored any points on duel in the entire competition. He looks completely unbalanced up there. Oh, he takes one too many and off he comes. Good to see all the contenders in the audience tonight from the series come to support their colleagues. There's Rachel Colwick, who had to retire with a back injury, back to full fitness. Good to see that.
Oh, Philly. There I was hoping... Oh, you're not going to get that off, are you? There I was hoping you'd still be feeling quite fresh, you know, coming in the last couple of events, and you're not, basically.
Absolutely, I wasn't fresh, actually. I was worried about my grip on that and wasn't happy with it. Big man, big blows, off I go.
But to your credit, I mean, initially, you managed to swing around, you almost lost your balance, you managed to regain that again. What was going through your mind then? Because we were only a few seconds into the game.
Well, this is it, you know, I mean, you want to put up a fight, because after all, it is the final. I'm sure Sam would have done. I'm standing there thinking, you know, let's get back at him type of thing. And 2 blows on top of the head going downward, The second one, I actually saw stars and left the platform, and, you know.
I'd have done the same. Let's hear it for Phil!
So, after 5 events in the men's competition, Paul's on 39, Phil 9.
So that brings to an end our contenders' battle against the Gladiators. But the assault course from hell waits just around the corner. Make sure you are too. Join us here on the Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, and well, this is it. Now, in the ladies' event, Eunice leads by 14 points. Each point being worth half a second will give her a 7-second head start.
Eunice, you will go on my first whistle. Kerryn, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Well, the fastest Eunice has ever completed the eliminator course is 1 minute and 10 seconds in her semi-final. The fastest Kerryn has ever done it is 1 minute and 6 seconds in her semi-final. It's all about keeping your head. They both know the travelator holds no problems for them. Eunice safely over the rolling beams. Kerryn's over the beams. About 2 body lengths apart. Eunice, a quick look round to see where her competitor is. She's still on the cargo net. As Kerryn comes down the zip line, Eunice is on the balance beam. Clears that. Up the travelator. Oh no! Slipped, and here comes Kerryn. It's head-to-head. Oh, goes down again, and Kerryn fingertips loses it. This is incredible. What a final. This is what you need to be champion of Gladiators. Speed, strength, and an awful lot of determination. Eunice Huthart from Liverpool, 1994 Gladiator champion. And look at that collapse with excitement. Kerryn finally makes it to the top. Flick flack and a swing through the paper burst to be runner-up 1994. Thank you, girls, for a great competition.
Eunice, I have to say, that definitely was the most painful eliminator I think we've ever seen here. You stumbled twice on that travelator. What were you doing?
I just lost it, man. I just lost it. Alfie said to me before it came out, Moose, keep it open, man. Think clear thoughts. And I lost it, man. And then I seen it fall. And that was it, man. I just had to go. I just can't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Well, you didn't lose it. You've just become our female champion of Gladiators 1994. You have a 10-ton weight there to prove it. A check in here for £5,000. And tonight you'll be driving away one of those fabulous four-wheel drive off-the-road vehicles. Off she goes. Let's hear it for Eunice.
And she's still got the strength to sprint the entire arena to go for a car. And look at that. She can't believe it. Now across to the family. What a great champion.
Unlucky, but still congratulations. You battled through from over 25,000 people and you came second. That's still amazing.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I couldn't have lost to a better person. Congratulations to Eunice. It was so tight.
But remember, you've still got a consolation prize, a cheque for £2,000. Let's hear it for Kerry! And for the champion, Eunice!
Both girls have worked so hard and are savouring this special moment with their families.
Well, I think things are just beginning to calm down just a little bit as we move into the men's eliminator. Now, Paul is ahead by 30 points, each point being worth half a second will give him a 15-second head start.
Paul, you will go on my first whistle. Bill, you will go on my second whistle.
fastest Paul has done the eliminator course is 1 minute. Phil's done it in 56 seconds, but this head start is giving Paul an incredible advantage. Well, here comes Phil. Nothing really to go for but pride. A hop, skip and a jump over the rolling beams from Paul as Phil makes it up the rope climb. Paul up the cargo net. His wife Natalie can't believe it, still cradling Jack in her arms as he makes the top of the cargo net. Phil over the rolling beams, it has to be said, he's catching Paul up. Safe landing from Paul. This eliminator course holds no surprises for these lads. Both conquered it before on 3 occasions. Onto the travelator, and Paul Field, the policeman from Holborn, champion of Gladiators 1994. And baby goes for his final bounce. Phil, pumping it up through the paper birds. Great contender, difficult coming in at such a late hour, and good to see Sam fans congratulating him.
Paul, let me be the first to congratulate you. Well done.
Thank you.
There's 3 little boys in the audience, I'm sure, who are so delighted to see their dad come through. And it's my great pleasure, although it's not personally from me, to hand you over a cheque for £5,000. You've done the Metropolitan Police Force proud. You've done your family proud. It's been great to have you on the show. You've been a terrific contender. Let's hear it for Paul Field.
Well done, Phil. In this event, you did 3 events, and Sam Codjoe, who you replaced, did 3 events. So this cheque, which is for £2,000, you split, and you each take £1,000.
Absolutely, and quite right too. I'm just sorry that Sam couldn't get through right to the final. But can I just say, that guy Paul Field is one hell of a good contender. A marvellous man, strong, aggressive. I mean, he is the best, without a doubt. Good guy, good guy.
Well done, Phil. I think you want to thank all your supporters and, of course, Sam Codjoe supporters.
Absolutely. I hope Sam's okay. We'll see him later on for a drink anyway. And thanks to the people all I know up here. I'll see you later on.
Let's hear it for Phil!
Well, I'm happy to be able to tell you that Sam has been released from the hospital and is back in his hotel resting. What an evening. What a final. What a series.
Well, Ollie, that's the end of another series, and each year this series gets better and more exciting.
It certainly does. The contenders get stronger. Interesting to note, isn't it, that the 2 contenders that won were actually my contenders. Shall we meet again next year and see if...
Do it all again?
Absolutely, let's do that. We'll be back, of course, next year with more gladiatorial action. Until then...
Awooga!
I think that means goodbye!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
We will rock you with our foam fingers and chants of awooga. Oh, yes, we will. It's a weekend workout for the Gladiators. They're back for more next here on Challenge. Whilst over on Pick, it's nothing to declare.